You ever wonder what happens when the last train leaves, but something stays behind? Tonight, we're taking you deep into Australia's most haunted railway stations, where history refuses to stay buried, and some passengers never reach their destination. 1. Marree Railway Station, South Australia. You step off your car into the red dust of Marree, a forgotten town swallowed by the outback silence of South Australia. Before you stands the old Marree Railway Station, wooden panels cracked by time, windows long since blinded by grime. It should be quiet, but it isn't. You hear it too, don't you? That sharp echo, metal clanging, like a hammer on rail. There hasn't been a working train here in decades, and yet, something moves beyond the rusted gate. Locals warned you, didn't they? They always do. They say a railway worker vanished here in the 50s, last seen walking the track just before sundown, never came home. His wife would come to the platform every night for a year, lantern in hand, calling his name into the void. Some nights, people claim they still see that flicker of light swaying just past the tracks, and a voice whispering, "I'm still waiting." In 2019, a backpacker uploaded a grainy video, blurry lights, distant footsteps, a man's voice saying, "Get back," though no one was there. That video's still online. You can hear the panic in her breath. She ran, tripped, kept the camera on, and for just a second, someone, or something, stood at the edge of the platform, watching. You're not alone here. You never were. The dust carries memories in Marree, and some of them don't want to fade. 2. Serviceton, Railway Station, Victoria. You arrive just before dusk. The sky over Victoria is bleeding orange, and the silhouette of Serviceton Railway Station cuts a jagged shape against the dying light. It's beautiful in that broken, hollow way. Still, too still. You step onto the cracked platform, and the air shifts, colder than it should be. This place looks abandoned, but you feel watched. That pressure behind your eyes, like something standing just out of sight. You remember what they told you, that this station is haunted by more than time. In 1951, a fatal train collision left a young signalman trapped beneath the wreckage. His last moments were spent screaming for help, but no one reached him in time. Since then, the stories haven't stopped. You walk through the waiting room. Suddenly, the air thickens. Your ears ring. Then, footsteps. Not yours. Someone's following, slow and deliberate. You spin around. Nothing. But the sound continues, echoing across the tiled floor. In 2021, 2 paranormal investigators spent the night here. They captured EVP recordings. One of them, clear as day, was a man's voice repeating, "Don't leave me." Another video caught a figure crossing the end of the hallway, though no one else was inside. And now you're here, heart racing, eyes darting to every shadow. That feeling crawling up your spine? That's not the wind. Something never left this station, and it's waiting for you to make the next move. 3. Macquarie Fields Station, New South Wales. You're alone on the platform. It's past midnight, and the last train has long gone. The fluorescent lights above flicker weakly, casting sharp shadows across the cold concrete. You check your phone, no signal. Then you hear it, a faint sobbing, high-pitched, fragile. It's coming from down the tracks. Locals don't linger here at night. They whisper about her, a teenage girl who died here under mysterious circumstances decades ago. Some say she jumped. Others claim she was pushed. But everyone agrees, her spirit never left. You start to walk toward the sound, heart pounding with each step. The sobbing grows louder, more desperate. Then, silence. And suddenly, you see her, At the edge of the platform, barefoot, blood trickling down her legs, hair clinging to her pale face. She turns to you, eyes hollow. You blink, and she's gone. A Sydney commuter in 2017 reported seeing a girl in a white dress standing in the exact same spot, only to vanish as the train passed. Another witness, a railway worker, swore he found crimson footprints leading from the tracks to the maintenance shed, and none leading back. You back away, breathing hard, but the crying starts again, closer this time, echoing inside your skull. You came to catch a train, but something else caught you instead, and now she's not crying because she's alone. She's crying because you're still here. 4. Woollahra Station, New South Wales. You never meant to stop here. No one does. Your train slows as it passes through the tunnel between Edgecliff and Bondi Junction, and for a split second, you see it, hidden in the shadows, a deserted platform, Woollahra Station, the station that never opened. The story goes, construction began in the 1970s, but residents protested. Too much noise, too much disturbance. The project was abandoned, sealed off like a tomb. But passengers on late-night trains still report strange things when they pass this spot. You decided to investigate. Tonight, the train halts unexpectedly, right beside the platform. The lights dim, your breath fogs. Through the window, you see movement. A figure, still, watching. No face, just a silhouette, drenched in shadows, right under the flickering overhead light. Then another figure appears, and another. You rub your eyes. Gone. In 2015, a transport worker posted anonymously that he saw a child standing on the platform at 2:13 a.m. No train scheduled, no people listed. Security checked the CCTV. The footage glitched. Static replaced the exact moment the figure appeared. You step off the train, just to look, just for a second. But the doors slam behind you, and your reflection in the dark glass isn't moving with you. You weren't supposed to be here. But now that you are, they won't let you leave. 5. Museum Station, New South Wales. You descend the stairs into Sydney's Museum Station, and at first, everything feels normal. The Art Deco tiles, the quiet hum of the underground. But then, the silence shifts. It's too still, like the station is holding its breath. You reach the far end of the platform, the unused section. It's blocked off, dimly lit, the kind of place that makes your skin crawl without reason. Or so you think. They say a man was crushed by a train here in the 1930s. No one knows his name, just that his body was never fully recovered. Since then, late-night workers and cleaners have reported hearing footsteps on the empty platform, whispers echoing through the tunnels. Some even claim to hear the screech of a train that never comes. In 2020, a commuter posted a video after missing his train. He'd been alone on the platform until he heard someone breathing behind him. When he turned, no one was there, but the recording picked up a low whisper. Stand back. You move toward the barricade separating the abandoned section. The hairs on your neck rise. Behind it, a faint light flickers. Then, something moves. A shadow. Human-shaped, but too long, too slow. You blink, and it's gone. But the cold remains, clinging to your skin. The next train arrives. You don't board. You're frozen, listening to footsteps that don't match yours. One by one, they're getting closer. Down here in the dark, time doesn't flow right. And if you stay too long, you might not come back up. 6. Flinders Street Station, Victoria. You walk through the grand archway of Flinders Street Station, Melbourne's crown jewel. It's busy, it's bright, but something feels off. Not in the crowd, but beneath it. Deep in the bones of the station, you can sense it. Most never notice what's under Platform 10. But you're curious, aren't you? They say a man named George, once a fisherman, drowned in the Yarra River back in 1902. His body was pulled out near the station, but for reasons unknown, his spirit stayed behind. He's been seen ever since, old boots, damp coat, staring at nothing as if waiting for a train that never comes. In 2018, a cleaner working the graveyard shift reported seeing wet footprints on Platform 10. No rain, no people. The footprints ended at the edge of the platform and vanished. She quit the next day. More than one tourist has captured a figure in photos, standing beside them, faint but unmistakable. A man with hollow eyes, dripping water. You pause now, at that very spot. Platform 10. The crowd thins. The noise fades. You hear water. Not the pipes, not the river. It's closer, sloshing beneath the floorboards, as if something is crawling up from below. You blink, and he's there, watching, waiting. George missed his train more than a century ago, and now he's making sure you don't miss yours, even if it's a one-way journey. 7. Cemetery Station, Number 1, New South Wales. You stand before an archway carved with ivy and angels, worn smooth by time. This is no ordinary station. Cemetery Station Number 1, hidden within Rookwood Necropolis, once ferried the dead from the city to their final rest. The train line of mourning. The air here is heavier. It presses on your chest. The platform is lined with Gothic pillars, and though no trains have run since 1948, you hear the distant chime of a bell and the faint hiss of steam. They say the mourners never left, that on foggy mornings you can see figures waiting, dressed in black, eyes downcast, clutching flowers long turned to dust. In 1995, a historian spent the night here. His audio recorder picked up a voice whispering, "He didn't belong. He was alone." You step closer to the old station building. The doors creak open, though no one touched them. Inside, everything is untouched, too untouched. Coffin trolleys line the walls, and old timetables hang as if still in use. Then you feel it. A breeze, cold and wrong, sweeping past your face. And that scent, lilies, strong and sudden. You turn, and in the reflection of a cracked window, you see them, passengers in black, boarding a train that doesn't exist. You back away. But the sound of wheels on tracks grows louder. The whistle blows once, twice. And though your heart screams to run, your feet won't move. Because here, the dead still travel. And tonight, they might have room for one more. 8. Sulfide Street Station, New South Wales. You arrive in Broken Hill, under a sky the color of rust. The town feels hollow, like it's holding its breath. And at its edge stands Sulfide Street Station, now a museum by day, but by night, something else entirely. The building creaks as you enter. Wooden floors groan beneath your steps. Old carriages sit frozen in time, their windows black as pitch. You came for history, but what you feel is dread, thick and creeping. Locals say the station is haunted by a former station master who collapsed on duty during a brutal summer in the 1930s. They say he still patrols the tracks, ticking off schedules no longer written. One museum guide confessed she locks every door before closing, yet returns in the morning to find lights on, and the station master's ledger open to the last day he was alive. In 2022, a couple on a ghost tour snapped a photo inside carriage number 3. Behind the glass, between the curtains, a face stared back at them, pale, sunken, eyes wide with something between sorrow and rage. Now you're inside that same carriage. The air turns stale. You hear the sharp click of a pocket watch opening, but you're alone. Or so you thought. Then you feel it, a hand brushing your shoulder. Gentle, but cold as the grave. You spin around. No one. But the door behind you is closing. Slowly, silently. And the train is ready to depart, whether you're ready or not. 9. Lithco Railway Station, New South Wales. You step onto the platform at Lithco Station, surrounded by mist curling in from the Blue Mountains. The night is silent, too silent for a station still in use. There's something wrong with the air here. It feels watched. They say a worker died here in the early 1900s, crushed while coupling 2 freight cars in the fog. His body was dragged 50 feet before the train finally stopped. Since then, every few years, a passenger reports seeing a man in overalls walking along the tracks, only to vanish when they call out. You head toward the far end of the platform, where the lights grow dim. That's where people say the veil is thinnest. A local conductor once claimed that, while closing up one night, he heard someone breathing behind him. When he turned, he saw a man standing on the edge of the platform, soaked in blood, smiling. In 2019, a late-night traveler captured audio of metallic footsteps echoing behind him, though CCTV confirmed he was completely alone. The video ends with him running, panting, just before a train blasts through the frame. A train that wasn't scheduled to arrive for another hour. Now, you hear it too. The faint rumble, the screech of brakes. But there's no light, no train, just the sound. You came to see the mountains, but something else saw you first. And it doesn't want you to leave the station. At least, not alive. 10. Ravensworth Station, New South Wales. You pull off the road into what's left of Ravensworth Station. Just broken boards, rusted tracks, and silence thick as smoke. The air here carries the weight of something old, something angry. The story is simple. In 1939, a rail worker was found dead, his body mangled on the tracks just beyond the platform. No one saw what happened. Some blamed the machinery. Others whispered about something else, something unnatural. They buried him in the nearby field, but that didn't put him to rest. In 2004, a group of urban explorers came here after dark. Only 2 made it back. They described a red light glowing in the trees, and a figure, tall, head low, pacing along the railbed, dragging something metallic behind it. One of them swore they heard chains and a voice repeating, "You shouldn't be here." You walk along the same path now. A breeze moves through the trees, but it doesn't cool you. It chills you. You glance back. The grass behind you is flattened, as if someone walked the same trail, just seconds after you did. Then you hear it, the metallic scrape, slow, deliberate. It's getting closer. There's no train coming. There hasn't been one in decades. But the tracks remember, and whatever walks them now doesn't care that you're not part of the timetable. You were never supposed to find this place, and now that you have, it won't let you go. So, would you dare wait alone at one of these stations after midnight? Or better yet, have you already heard footsteps on an empty platform? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because next time, we're going even deeper into Australia's haunted past.